Hey everyone, it's Agent Meat from Delta Tactical. In today's video, I'm going to review the Division 2 expertise system. I'm also going to discuss some of my tips and tricks for efficient leveling up of both proficiency and expertise. I'm not going to candy coat the process. Leveling up your expertise is a massive grind, and it can eat up a lot of time and sometimes enjoyment from the game. Don't get too caught up in the grind. As always, it's a game. Have fun with it. But there are ways that you can improve your efficiency with or while you're trying to increase your expertise, proficiency, etc. Think of the expertise system in terms of, we're going to break it down into three main points. There's proficiency, there's character expertise level, and then there's item expertise level, and that would be your weapons, your specialization weapons, your skills, and your gear pieces. So each item in the game has a proficiency rank, and I've just come back from some resource gathering. I ran a couple of missions, I hit some control points, etc. So I've got a random assortment of gear. You can see that this AUG A3 is proficient, whereas this one has a proficiency rank of 5, proficiency rank progress of 0. Its proficiency rank is 5, but the progress towards the next rank is 0. Each item in the game has a proficiency rank, and that must be leveled up to 10 in order for the piece or the weapon or whatever it happens to become proficient. Only after the item is proficient can you increase its expertise. So, how do you level up proficiency? There's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. Probably the easiest way when you're starting out is just equip your gear, weapons, etc., and just play the game. Any XP you gain will add proficiency levels for the items. It's random. You'll see proficiency rank increases as you're playing. For brand sets and gear sets, weapons, you have to use the weapon individually, whereas with brands, for example, Fenris, Sokolov, etc., you're increasing the proficiency of the entire brand set, and the same applies to gear sets. You're increasing the proficiency of the entire gear set. The more pieces you have in your or equipped, the faster you're going to level those up. When I started doing this, I didn't fully understand that, and then it dawned on me, and I started actually equipping, for example, with my Heartbreaker, I equipped all 6 pieces. It's not an efficient build, but I just ran around and did some control points and stuff like that, and very quickly, that gear set was proficient. So what you want to do is you want to build and run multiple brand sets and gear sets as you're playing. Mix things up, change it up. Again, just as you're having fun and playing the game. The other way you can rank up the progress is if you come to the recalibration station and go to the expertise tab. In here, it's divided into categories. You've got weapons, you've got named and exotic gear, you've got your skills, then you've got brands, and then down at the bottom, you've got gear sets. And you can see I haven't marked anything as it's all still showing as brand new into my inventory, so that's where the exclamation marks are coming from. So following a mission, you can donate individual gear pieces or weapons towards increasing the proficiency rank of a piece. At this point in my playing, my watch level is fairly high. My expertise is getting there. And just to put this into context, I had stepped away from the game for a very long period of time. I stopped playing the game before the expertise system came out and started playing again just shortly after the current year launched. So at some point in early November, to put it into context. The date that I'm recording this is the 28th of January. So I've been back playing the game for approximately 2.5 months. when I started, my expertise level was 0, and I did not understand how this system worked. So in 2 months, I've gotten it up to my character expertise level of 13, working towards 14. And I have a much better understanding of what I need to do, mostly through making an awful lot of mistakes as I went along. So I pretty much have the gear pieces that I want. Again, I've been playing the game for a fairly long period of time with a couple of breaks. So most of the things that I do, most of the gear pieces I pick up, or the weapons that I pick up, they're not going to be better than what I already have in my inventory. So following a mission, when I come back, I mark everything as junk. Now, the way I've got this sorted, this is what I have equipped. If you press X, I'm on PC. I select mark by new so that I see them at the top of the list. And then I just start marking everything. Now you can individually press X, or you can find the first piece, scroll down through to the end of the pieces that are new that you're going to mark for deconstruction. Hold down the Shift key, highlight them all, press V, and they're all marked. And I'm going to get to the gear system mods in just a second. But now I've marked everything for marked everything as junk. Again, I can go in and individually apply items towards expertise, or I can donate all junk. You don't really get to see what it's doing, but under the hood. So I'm going to come back to that in just a second. But if you notice over in the left-hand side, there's my overall expertise level of 13, and the rank progress towards level 14 is currently 59 out of 200. Every time a weapon or a gear piece increases in rank of proficiency, say from 4 to 5, I also gain a rank of towards my next expertise level. So I'm going to donate all junk. And I went from 59 to 62. So everything that could be used has now been used. If I come back out, go back to my inventory, I'm just going to press and hold down Tab and deconstruct all the remaining junk items, because they're not going to be useful to me for expertise any longer, but they will be useful in terms of recalibration or optimization resources. Now, to make a point with this, I know that, for example, my Sleipnir has not been leveled up at all, so I'm going to craft 2 of them. So, back into the expertise system, I'm actually going to go into LMGs this time, and I think the Sleipnir is down near the bottom. There it is right there. So once you've highlighted an item, you press the space key to go to research, and you can donate selected or donate junk individually. I'm going to donate selected. If we look at the rank progress, it's 0 and 0 towards 80. When I donate that first piece, I've moved up half or 0.5 of 1 proficiency rank. Each weapon or gear piece you donate gives you it moves you halfway towards the next proficiency rank. So again, I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. The Sleipnir is now at rank progress 1. I've gone from 62 to 63. So that's one way to do it. You are required to donate 20 weapons or gear pieces of each type, of each type, in order to progress through the ranks. That's first way that you can do things. Again, back in the LMGs, I didn't mean to back out of that. Sometimes, especially early in the morning, I've got fumble fingers. Under the research, again, you can also donate materials. Strong caution, don't press and hold the space key or bar because you will donate all materials and it will basically void all of the precious materials that you've collected. My recommendation in terms of the most efficient way to level up is to use printer filament. It gives you your most bang for your buck. You're only going to use 30 of them. You're going to be getting them all the time that you're not going to use. Also, if you've got SHD levels in your scavenging points, I typically apply them toward printer filament. So, again, be very, very careful with this. I'd recommend if you're on a PC, just actually use your mouse and press and release the donate resource rather than the donate all materials. Again, that's a mistake that I made early on and wondered why I had no resources. So with this, every time I donate 30 printer filament, you can see I'm going up 10% towards my next proficiency rank. So every 300 printer filament, I go up a proficiency, or the Sleipnir has gone up a proficiency rank, and so have I. So this is another way that you can use the resources that you collect along the way to increase the proficiency of your pieces to get them to the proficient level. When you start out, what I've come to realize is the most efficient use of time is to be working on your brands and your gear sets and getting those proficient. Once they are proficient, you will no longer have to donate them as junk towards increasing your proficiency ranks, and they can be used to be broken down into materials or used to sell to a vendor for cash. So again, it helps. It will help you out through your progression through this. I've also touched on the character expertise rank. So again, every time the proficiency of a gear set, brand set, a weapon, a skill, etc. is increased in ranks, so are you towards your next expertise level. The expertise levels themselves are capped at level 21, so that's as far as you go. Once you're fully proficient, so right now I'm 176 out of 351 total, so there's 351 items in here that must become proficient. Once they're all proficient, you'll be at expertise level 21. For the item expertise, the maximum expertise that an item can be is equivalent to your character's expertise level. So currently, as an example with my Kingbreaker, if you saw that earlier on, it's at expertise level 13. And you can see it right here on when you select the weapons themselves, and you can also see it over here. Each expertise level increases weapons damage by 1%. Each expertise for gear will increase the armor, and that's based on the piece itself. So as an example, with the memento, it's at expertise level 6. So I've got plus 6 armor of the 131. It's not of your total armor, it's of the individual piece's armor. And then for skills, they vary. It gives you a 1% increase in varying stats based on the skills themselves. There are a lot of tables available through a quick Google search to show you what each percent does. With the ones that I commonly use, which would be the striker drone and the assault turret, it's damage output. For the rest, I'd actually have to go look it up. Now, in terms of where your focus should be early on as you're leveling through expertise, the mistake that I made is I was leveling everything up simultaneously. So my weapons, my gear. So you can see that some of my pieces are proficient, which shows up right here as the shield with the star in the middle. That means that these items are proficient. If that shield then has a number in it, that's the expertise level of that piece. So you can see my memento is 6. The Fox's Prayer knee pads are 4. The Hollow Man mask I didn't realize that I hadn't done anything with it, so I just equipped it this morning and started using it so that I can increase its proficiency. And just running around this morning, I'm almost at proficiency rank 1. So it does not, its rank, it's not yet proficient, so I'm working towards that. So again, I was donating, or I was increasing the expertise of everything all at the same time. And you use a massive quantity of your time collecting resources, and you use a massive amount of resources to increase the expertise levels of everything. The incremental increases in damage for your weapons are far better used than the incremental increases in armor on your gear pieces. Skills, again, if you have a skill-based build and you're using the striker drone or the assault turret, they will be doing more damage. So again, those are probably something that you should increase in expertise. So my recommendation is, until you've got your weapons and your damage-based skills up to a point or up to your current maximum, don't focus at all on your gear pieces. And that's advice rather than a hard and fast rule. The way, I don't remember who said it, but it was another content creator basically said, at the end of the day, damage is something that's real and tangible, and it's something that will impact your ability, your survivability in game, because a dead NPC or a dead rogue player can't do damage to you. So you're better served killing them quickly through increases in damage stats. Basically advice more than anything else. I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. If there's anything I've missed or left you confused upon, please add a comment in the comment section below. If there's anything that I've misspoken on, again, please correct me. I will probably put out a part 2 to this, covering the mistakes that I'm sure that I made while we were talking about this. As always, if you've gotten to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for additional content. Thanks and have a great day.